Welcome to CIT 110, Programming Logic and Design. I am your instructor, Lisa Ballbeck. We are using a new version of Moodle. And so what you see in here may look a little different. I'm in student view, but I don't like these blocks expanded. However, by default, they may be. So there's this little button that opens up all the blocks, and then you can close them all. So I like to open the one that I'm working on, and then I close it. Um, but this is personal preference, and you'll find that a lot of the newer features in Moodle are all about personal preference. So the way I've organized this is we have lessons, and you'll notice that we have dates, and that's the dates that you should be working on those lessons. And then you can open up a lesson by clicking, and at the top is everything you should complete along with the due date. And then it's just a matter of working your way down within that lesson block and getting everything completed. And you'll notice that there are little boxes so you can mark things as done. Okay, this top block, you'll notice the date range is the entire semester, and that is because the course banner is here. I've got some buttons that take you to tutorial sites that I thought might be useful. I have my link for my live stream office hours here, along with when I'm going to be in Zoom. I've got news and announcements that I post here. They will come through your email. Typical things that I will post are when I've corrected lessons, I always post an announcement so that you know your assignment has been corrected. And one of the reasons I do that is because you are allowed to correct errors and resubmit for rescoring. So every assignment can be resubmitted one time for rescoring. And so I always post an announcement so you know when the assignment is corrected. There's a discussion forum for you guys to ask each other questions. And then there's links to our different social media. On our social media sites, we post job opportunities, internships, and also CIT events. And usually every semester we have at least 4 events that are called industry night outs. And we visit different companies and talk to the IT departments. And they usually will give us a tour of the facility. And then they basically tell us what they do on the job. And they let you ask questions. They feed us pizza. They give us pop. And it's a great opportunity for you guys to see how IT is used in the real world. And so all of that information is posted to social media. So for the majority of this course, you are going to be, working in the center section here. We do have an index on the left and a drawer on the right. Now, I did notice when I viewed this in my iPad that the drawer on an iPad is on the left. So if you're on a desktop, the drawer is on the right. I do find the drawer to be useful. And the reason is that my information is here, along with a link to my office hours and the hours that I'm going to be in Zoom. And then if you need help with registering for class, or if you have any questions about the program, you can schedule an advising appointment. And that is what this button is for. And then below that, we have our student spotlight, which I will talk about in a minute because it is one of the first assignments that you will do. But every time you come in here, you will see a different student. I've done a couple of these for this class, so if I reload, you will see another picture. Okay, so that is kind of a cool way for you guys to get to know each other. On the left, we have a course index. And I haven't found this to be super useful, but you guys might really like it. What it does is it actually takes you to the page, in whatever block, and displays a link. So for the discussion forum, here it's taken us right to the discussion forum. For this key point lecture, it's taken us right to the page with a link to the video and a link to the lecture. So you all might find this useful because it is a way to navigate directly to different sections in the course. I tend to keep it closed. And to get back, once you are layers deep in the class, all you have to do is click on the CIT110 here, and that takes you back out. Okay, so we've got our course information in the middle, got the index on the left, and we have this drawer on the right. Okay, although if you have an iPad, the drawer is going to probably be on the left. Okay, just so you know, it looks a little different on an iPad. And on a mobile device, completely different. Okay, although on a mobile, you're still going to see this center section. So moving on here, lesson 1. This is what you need to work on for the first week of class. You will notice that we have this little list here. A lot of these are housekeeping, so they are not going to take you very long. They are due by the 4th. And so should be watching the overview, which is this video. And once you're done with that, you can read the welcome message. It's fairly short, but it just kind of indicates, when things are due and what my expectations are. Then you're going to want to read through the course syllabus. And there is a quiz on the syllabus, which forces people to read it, because I've found not everybody wants to read the syllabus. And I've made it look so pretty. So the syllabus basically is going to tell you what materials are required in the class. Okay. It's going to tell you what our learning outcomes are. So what you should learn by the end of the semester. The different activities that we are going to do for points. And in this course, the number of points determines your grade. So how that breaks down. So we have 1,000 points, 950 to 1,000 is a 4.0. 900 to 949 is a 3.5. Okay, so you can kind of see our grading scale. And then we get into the assignment information. And then we get into course communication and all of that. I'm going to let you guys read through the rest of that. The college syllabus is the same for every single class. Make sure you read through this. And if you have any questions about what you read, please ask. Then we get into the assignment schedule. So this actually matches this little laundry list each week, matches what you see at the top of each block. And the due dates should be the same. So these are the two places that the due dates are listed. They're not going to be in the calendar because quite frankly, we have too many assignments. It would just clutter up the Moodle calendar. This is not a class with just a midterm and a final. We have lots and lots of assignments because you can only learn coding by getting your hands in there. So we have a lot of assignments. So these are the two places that you will find when the due dates are. And I always tell people to print the schedule out. And then as you complete things, you can cross them off. And that helps keep you on track. Now, once you are done reviewing the syllabus, both the course in college and the assignment schedule, you will take the syllabus quiz. And you can take this an unlimited number of times, which is awesome because you should be able to get everything right. It's not going to show you the correct answer until after the quiz closes. But I think you guys should be able to figure it out. There's, especially if it's a true false question, but there's multiple choice, multiple answer, and true false. Each question is a half a point. So multiple answer are a little bit different. So let me, it probably is not going to let me in here. Oh, it did. Okay, here's a multiple answer one. So on a multiple answer, it's going to tell you how many to pick. So if I only picked two and I didn't pick three, I would get it wrong. Okay, I'd get partial points, which when it's only worth a half point, a partial points is practically nothing. Okay. So this quiz you're going to go through, and if you don't get everything right, you can retake it as many times as you want. Okay, and it's just to make sure you guys know how the class is being run and what things are available to you and what kind of opportunities you have, such as resubmitting assignments. Okay, so after you finish that, you are going to do the discussion forum for introducing yourself. I did take the opportunity to introduce myself. Okay, and you guys do not need to type this much, but I thought I would tell you a little bit about what my background is, so you get a feel for where I come from and the types of things that I have worked with over the years. And so what I would like you guys to post is introduce yourself and let us know if you have a nickname. And then if you have hobbies or interests, share that with us because there might be other people in the class that have similar hobbies or interests. And then any additional information you would like to share, like what your major is, any information about your family or your work, feel free to share whatever you are comfortable with. If you're not comfortable sharing something, don't do it. Only share what you are comfortable with. Okay, so, but the idea here is for you guys to get to know each other. And get back to our main course here. The student profile glossary, there is a video that kind of shows you how to set this up. But this, whatever you enter here, is going to display here. And then every time people come into class, they will see a different student. Now I'm going to actually move this up to the top of this block because I want you guys to get to know each other. So this is pretty easy to do. You just come in here, add an entry. For a concept, it's your first and last name. And I think the thing that people have the most trouble with is getting the picture in here correctly. So you're probably going to have to upload it. And it does require a JPEG or a PNG file. Okay, so it does not like the compressed format, which is HEIC. That's if you have an iPhone, that's the iPhone compressed format. But I'm just going to quick snap a picture here. And I do want pictures of you guys. You do have to give it a name. So even though it's not me, I'm going to put my name in here. And then probably the most important thing is for the size. Turn on auto size because this comes in huge. And you're going to want to make it either 150 or 200 pixels wide. And then if you press tab, it keeps it in proportion. And then you can add a little description and save it. And then below that, enter a quote or a couple of sentences that describe you. And if you have hashtags that describe you, you can enter those as well. Okay, and then once you save it, it will show up here. And it will also show up out here in this drawer section. Okay, and both the discussion and this glossary are worth points. Once you finish those, you are going to go through the lesson key points, which is a lecture on C#. And there's a video that you can watch that kind of walks you through it. And then you're going to install Visual Studio. And in order for me to give you credit for installing Visual Studio, you have to submit a screenshot. So if we click on this, there are directions on how to install it. Here's a link to Visual Studio Community, which is free. And then this graphic shows you the different workloads that you should have turned on. So when you install, there is a workload section. And you can put little check marks here to make sure that you have the workloads that you need, not just for this class, but for the different CIT classes. Okay. And then once you have it installed, you're going to want to launch it. And so you can key in Visual Studio over here. Okay. And then you can select it, or if you have it on the taskbar like I do, you can just launch it and do a screenshot. And so what I use for a screenshot is a snipping tool. And this is kind of what it looks like. You can look for it by keying it in, hit new. And if you have the rectangle, you just drag it right over. And then you can save it. Hit save. And it's probably going to save it as a ping file, which is fine because you can upload that. I'm going to throw it into downloads just so I can find it. And then once you've got it saved, you're going to add a submission. And you can drag it right in here. So I'm going to go into downloads. Here it is. Once there's a blue outline, then you're good. There it is. And you can save the changes. And at that point, it is submitted. So like I said, none of this is going to take you all that long. But we do use Visual Studio for the lab assignments. And so this is just a little link to a video that shows you how to do that. And then this little video shows you how you can use Visual Studio to help you with the Code Easy assignments. And you are going to be doing one of those this week. So you may want to take a little peek at the video. And then here we've got the Code Easy, the first Code Easy assignment. So if you click on this link, let me pause here. You don't usually get that. Just let me pause. All right, I think this is a Chrome thing because I do have a VPN on. I'll go to advanced. I'm going to proceed to Code Easy. Okay, so you guys are probably going to have to do the same thing if you're using Chrome. This is not really something that I would worry about. But in order to complete the exercises, you are going to have a Code Easy account. The first week, they'll let you use it 1 week for free, and then you have to start paying for it. Okay, so this has got some background information, and then you'll see that they have little sections that say code. Now, I don't make you guys do every coding activity. So what you're going to have to do is complete the coding activities that I have specified. So open the window is one. This is not open the window. See, it's enter the programming world. So you don't have to do that one unless you want to. And this one. All right, so it's going to make me sign in or create an account, but at the top of each one, it says what the name is. So make sure that you are only creating or completing the ones that you need to complete. Okay, and then what you will be doing is once you've got the exercise completed correctly, most of them require entering some type of code. Okay, and then you check the code, you run the program and check the code. And if you see it says solved, that means it's correct. And then you're going to do a screenshot of that. Okay, and so here's a little video that shows you how to do that. And for this first assignment, you're going to submit 4 different screenshots. And you'll be submitting them to this Dropbox. Once you submit those screenshots, you are done with everything for the first week. If you do run into any problems with Code Easy, you can actually copy all of the code, paste it into an email, and send it to me, and I will help you. If you go through it and you do it a couple times and it still is not correct, I don't want you guys to get frustrated. Just, copy the info, send it to me, and I can help you.